Hi everybody, my name is Hannah and this is Pepper and Pine, and I'm really excited to share with you the book called Drawing Data with Kids. Okay, this is the most unique book that I've seen on this kind of topic, this data collecting topic. Okay, first of all, let me show you the back. It shows screen time free learning, data visualization, and storytelling. And that's because this book is written by someone in the tech industry whose spouse is in the homeschooling world and understands the importance of screen-free learning and storytelling as a means to share lessons or to connect with the student on a way that they can understand. So I had to go through this book just a little bit to get an idea of what it was, because for me, as someone who's in the sciences, I graduated with a degree in chemistry. There is one area that I literally could not do, and that was statistics. And I don't think this book is necessarily statistic driven, but there is that aspect, in my opinion, as I'm looking through it a little bit. And that was one class that I'm like, I cannot do this. This is overwhelming. So I just dropped out and took a different class. I'd rather take a calculus class than a statistics class. And in the same capacity, talking about data collection and visualizing data, for me, that sounds like something that's just not something I'm familiar with, understand, and want to dive into. It seems like difficult. So what I love about this book, and I think I'm going to have to use it, even though it's probably intended for a younger audience, I really want to do it with my 14-year-old daughter, in part because I want to do this. I want to be able to process information the way this book is suggesting you can through data visualization. Another thing that's really amazing about this book is that it begins with a story, which is great. We love story-driven content. And then it includes an area to work on what you just learned. So it's going to start out with, let me go back to chapter 1. Oops, where is chapter 1? The snore graph. It starts off with a story of Parisa and her father Abu, and it's going to go through the story, and at some point you're going to have an opportunity to work on the content from that story. And so you have a place where you can actually write directly in the book, or you can just copy onto a separate piece of paper. And that's the way the book is going to progress, where you are given the content first. And what I like is that it is pretty minimal. So you get to the lesson fairly quickly, which I like, because then you can spend the majority of your time actually practicing those concepts and learning how to do them in a hands-on way. And what I love about this also is that we are in a tech-driven world where data is a part of this technology. And the more data we have, the more we're collecting, the more we're needing to process it, the more we need technology to process it. And yet this book offers you a really simple pencil and paper approach to understanding the concepts so that you can better understand what's actually happening on a grander scale. So it starts with really simple concepts, things that children can definitely understand, and things that are relevant. Let me take you through a little bit more of the book. By the way, it is also illustrated by the writer, which is really great. And I actually really like the simple illustrations. And there's something else that I really like about the book, which is completely a personal thing, is that I actually like the texture of the paper. I don't like really smooth, shiny paper. This feels really good, and it is a small detail, but I did want to point it out in case you have any kind of sensory issues and the type of paper is important to you. This has just the right amount of friction. And also, if you end up writing in the book, I think that makes it a lot easier to write in the book because of the texture of the paper. This is a really lengthy book. There are many chapters, lots of activities, packed with stories. And so this is something that honestly, if you don't have this in your curriculum, in your homeschool, or in your classroom, this would be the curriculum that I would use in order to teach this. I think it would supplement your math curriculum. And if you were getting into tech at a younger age, which we didn't, even though my children are in the tech industry as adults, they did not have any tech lessons when they were younger. They didn't have any practice with programming or anything else related to computer science, and yet that is the profession that they went into as adults. And so this would be a great precursor, in my opinion, to some of those lessons, and then also a great way to add some practical, hands-on approach to your math lessons. I hope that you enjoyed this look at drawing data with kids. Don't forget to check out the blog post that accompanies this video, where you can find pictures of the book as well as links to where you can purchase it. That link to the blog post is in the description box below. And if you'd like to see what we're reading on a daily basis, you can find me on my website at pepperandpine.com.